Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Kiki. How are you, love? Potato. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Sonia. You can't complain, Kiki? Everything's pretty good here. Lillian's not out of the hospital yet, but she likely is going to get to come home today. Other than me worrying about Lillian, I'm all good. I'm glad you're good, Kiki. Potato, tomato. So if you saw the title, well, no, let me back up. Give me a minute. I know I shouldn't be messing with my hair in the kitchen. Here's the thing. It's my kitchen. So, hi. My name is Susan, and welcome to Lip Locked No More. The name of the channel should be self-explanatory if you think about it. I want a cigarette, so hopefully I can carry you outside and not rotate. John, give me just a second, baby. Let's get out here on the front porch where I can light one up. I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk at you. I'm going to talk at you. Hello, Owen. Hi, honey. Oh, let me get situated. Lordy mercy. And take these shoes off. I'm wearing penny loafers and anklets. Hello. Penny loafers and anklets. Of course, in today's economy, they're more like $100 loafers. Anywho, I'm getting situated and want to get over here and see if I can see your chat because it's not sunny. See that gray sky? Wouldn't make me mad if we got some more rain. Penny loafers. Yep. Okay. I already introduced myself and reiterated the name of the channel. So now I can go back to where I was. Which was, if you saw the title, just a short one to welcome new subscribers. Hi, Grammy B. Grammy, is your weather any better in Texas? Grammy, I'm going to talk about her here in just a minute. I got her permission kind of this morning. I can talk a little bit, but I don't want to violate her privacy. Hi, Annie Lou. So, I don't know why. I don't know how. And it could be it's hot as blazes, but no rain, Grammy B. Honey, maybe some of this Arkansas weather will come your way. It's very pleasant here today. A bit humid, but it's Arkansas. So, I don't know how. I don't know why. But in the last 36 hours, we have gained, I can't remember the precise number, but more than 20 new subscribers. Now, I can surmise why, but I don't actually know. Regardless, welcome to all of you. I would want you to know, new subs, this is an open, friendly chat where all are welcomed, with the exception of maybe a handful that are permanently blocked. Hi, Wolfie. Sorry about the traffic. Let me lean in. Maybe you can and speak up. By the way, if you're new, I am a stream of consciousness speaker. I come in with a kind of an idea of what I want to talk about, but more often than not, I bounce off of chat. I do actually have a destination today, but it requires me gathering my thoughts to say what I would like to say. So, hi, Vicki. I believe she did. I don't watch her per se, and I certainly have not watched her since that night, dear. But okay, let me, okay. My regular viewers are accustomed to this, but we have new people, so I want them to know a few things. All are welcomed here. It is an open chat room, and you are not in any way required nor expected to agree with my point of view on anything. You are expected, however, to express your thoughts and opinions thoughtfully and with respect to the topic being discussed, as well as the others in the chat room. But if you're new, you will find this chat room very warm and very, very welcoming. Okay? So we got that out of the way. You can disagree with me all you want. Because this is a commentary, critique, criticism, opinion, and whatever the heck I want to talk about channel. Well, if it's that for me, then it should be that for you. You should have the same privileges I do. But I like to keep it that I'm the only one that cusses. Because YouTube doesn't like curse words in a chat room. Okay? So, other than that, we don't really have rules over here because old Liblock no more does not like rules. And if everybody would behave within certain parameters of social decorum, and if they had manners and knew how to say things without attacking and being ugly and giving or throwing out ad hominem attacks, rules would not be necessary here on YouTube, would they? But because it only takes one bad apple to ruin it for everybody. I mixed metaphors there, but oh well. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Ooh, give it one more try. No. Because it only takes one human being to screw it up for everybody else, then there have to be rules. So, anyway, we're glad you're here if you're one of the new subscribers. Hi, Grasshopper. Just looking at chat for a minute. Okay, so it could be that the majority of our new subscribers are here because of what I had to say to and about Prayer Garden of America day before yesterday. And that's fine. As a matter of fact, if you came here because you don't want that, you're in for something completely different. But if you came expecting hate bonding, as it is referred to here on the mean streets of YouTube, you will be sorely disappointed. Because this is a love bombing channel, not a hate bonding channel. I am almost always a one and done person when I feel the need to call someone on YouTube out for their words or their behavior. I'm a one and done kind of gal. So we're not going to be sitting over here ripping a new one for Prayer Garden of America. I have said what I had to say, and I will not be addressing it any further. Unless I learn that I need to address her again. Not that I think it will do any good. So welcome. But please know that your motive for being here is very important to me. Okay, I think that's it on that one. Going on. I would let all new subscribers to know that I can become quite heated if I am provoked. Hi, Lucy Cat. John, what are you saying, honey? Something about Carrie? And babies, I am going to talk about Lillian. No bark, Rags. Darlings, when I'm on my phone, your chat fades very, very quickly. Carrie and I are attending. John. I'm so sorry, John. Hi, Vicky Pardon. Welcome to Baby Doll. He was 95. Okay, 95. Um, that would be, did he serve during Korea, John, if you don't mind me asking? And new viewers, as you can see, I like to interact with my chat, and if something in chat catches my eye, I will stop talking about what I'm talking about. Korea and Vietnam. I'm not going to cry. Everyone, throughout this morning, if you are a praying person, please pray. And if you are not a praying person, that's okay. You can shoot some good vibes out into the universe. For John McKinney and Carrie Bishop, our managing moderator here on the channel. They will be traveling, if you didn't see the chat, they will be traveling today to attend the military funeral of John McKinney's father, who has passed away at the age of 95 after having given his service on behalf of Americans during the Korean conflict as well as the Vietnam conflict. Please pray that they will have safe travel and that they'll come back home safe and sound to us. Now, to us, I mean the channel. They live way out in the Pacific Northwest, nowhere near me. But when it comes to YouTube, Carrie Bishop is my best friend. And I love her. And I love her, John McKinney. Thank you all for your prayers for them. All right, darlings. Now, the other thing I have in my mind. Hi, Lisa. I think I said hi, but I love you, Carrie, you know. Okay. If you're new, I cry easily as well. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm very passionate, and you will get a ton of emotion here. Sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm both at the same time. So I'm waving to Lillian's daughter, who just went out to check her mail. Now, let me continue. Before I talk about Lillian. I got a number of comments, not a lot, of a negative fashion under the video where I addressed Prayer Garden of America the other day that said things like, and I'm paraphrasing, oh, why don't you call out Ryan Fine's truth? Well, blah, 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 but you're such good friends with Ziggy. Why don't you call out, I'm trying to think of the other names that were there. I deleted most of those comments because rather than replying to them in the comment section, I'm here to reply to them here. So get ready. because I'm fucking fixing to tell you how the cow ate the cabbage. I call out who I want to call out. I call out who the Lord puts on my heart needs to be called out. I also only call out those that I have actually watched the video I am calling out. I don't call out people based on what other YouTubers say. I call out other YouTubers based on what I have seen on their own channels. So I want to say this to those who chose to come into my comments section and ask me, why don't you call out this one? And why don't you call out that one? And why don't you call out the other one? Why don't you call out Bullhorn Betty? Why don't you call out yada, yada, yada? Why don't you take a flying kiss at my royal ass? And if you want them called out, why don't you start your own fucking channel? Instead of hiding behind a fucking keyboard telling other creators what you think they need to do with their channels. How about that? I call out Jody Sue Brown on the regular. That's my fucking job on here, one of them. I'm one of the very few people, as a fellow creator on YouTube, who has a hair on her fucking balls to call the bitch out. How about that? And if you're calling out somebody that does live streams that last from 3 to 15 fucking hours, you don't have time to be going around watching everybody else and calling them out. Because unlike some of you, I have a life. You know, husband, rescue animals, a house to keep clean, meals to plan and actually prepare. I don't watch Ryan Fine's Truth because the first time I watched the fool, I knew he was a fool. So I didn't go back and I hit the do not recommend. I ain't calling out Crime Lines and Lies because another channel is. I ain't calling out Bullhorn Betty because there's a shitload of channels calling her out. I ain't calling out Ziggy because there's other channels calling her out. And besides that, I love Ziggy and I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. You don't have the right to question who my friends are and what I base that friendship upon. Because guess what? You don't fucking know me, motherfucker. You know what I choose to allow you to see on this screen. And for some unknown reason, you choose to see that as everything. Fuck you. And your fucking horse. Gee willikers, that made me need to light another cigarette. So, if you, keyboard warriors, who choose not to upload and call out who you would like to upload, you know what? Just call them out your own damn selves. I ain't got time. I go to bed here in Arkansas, Central Time. I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night and I get up at 5:15 to 6:15 in the morning. I may not be asleep until sometime around 11 o'clock, but I'm resting. There are plenty of channels, of the over 51 million of them on this app, for those of you who never get outside the little box over here. And there is more than a handful of those over 51 million channels that reside in this particular sector who call out a shitload of people. Why the hell would I waste my time watching and calling out people that others already have established their call out? Why would you come watch me drag Bullhorn Betty's ass through the mud when there are so many channels who already do it so efficiently? Besides that, I would have to watch the bitch in order to give a valid commentary, now wouldn't I? She also is on my do not recommend. All right, now to those of you, why don't you call out the parents? The parents meaning Don Wells and Candace Bly Wells. Evidently, you hadn't been watching my channel for very long. I spent the first year of the 3 years I have been on this platform dragging Don Wells and Candace Bly and Candace Harrer back and forth through the mud so much that it has impacted, compacted, and all you got to do is go to my homepage and scroll. Now, why am I not calling them out now? Why would I? I've already said all I have to say. And unlike Jody Sue Brown and a great number of others I find in this particular sector on YouTube, I don't beat dead horses. It's boring. And one of the things in my particular life, my life, mine, that I absolutely disdain is repetition. Even down to the drumming of the fingernails on the tabletop. It's boring. If you can't say it the first or second time you've got to say it, then write it the fuck down and let ChatGPT and artificial intelligence say it for you. My audience prefers something fresh, refreshing, maybe a little bit of shine still on it, and rather than worn into a fucking rut. So there's that. Now here's the other reason I'm not calling out the parents any longer. I'm tired of it. And I've had a change of heart where this channel is concerned, what this channel is about, and its mission statement. And I have decided, and why do I get to decide? Because it's my channel. I decided that I will no longer be dragging the parents or the guardians of any missing person or child or teenager. Ever. Unless and until law enforcement tells the public a crime has been committed. That's why. Some of you might refer to that as flip-flopping. In the real world, it's called self-examination, introspection, and personal growth. Something that I think based on a lot of the chat I see in many chat rooms, not this one, that many of you are unfamiliar with any of those terms, much less the actual processes. So from time to time, if the Lord lays it on my heart, I will break my own policy, like I did a little over a week ago, I think, when I addressed missing Angel Turner out of West Virginia. And then I went on to make a community post, basically begging other YouTube creators to not do with her case what they have done with every other missing persons case I have ever seen on this platform. I'll just leave that there. Pardon me while I sit in silent repose for a moment. All right, shifting gears again. Yesterday morning, I was sitting out here on my porch, watching some YouTube. And smoking. Thank you, Carrie. There's a young lady and her little girl. I think the little girl is probably 4 or 5. They live up the road and they have a rescue dog. It looks like a chestnut colored Cocker Spaniel that they walk. And a number of days ago, sometime last week, they were walking by here, and Mr. Grayson, one of the rescue cats, was laying in the driveway. And my husband, Bob, and I were sitting out here smoking cigarettes. And they stopped, and the little girl wanted to know if she could pet Mr. Grayson, and of course. So, yesterday morning, they came by, walking the dog. And I had wonderful conversation with this mom and her little girl. The little girl was standing out here on my sidewalk in front of my porch here. And she asked if she could come up on the porch to speak to me. And I said, if it's okay with your mama, always ask mama first. And she did. And the little girl walked right up beside me. I was sitting in my rocking chair over here on the other side of the camera. And she walked right up to me. I looked at her and I said, sweetheart, please always remember, be careful around strangers and people you don't know. Y'all, what that little girl said to me, looking dead in my eyes, was the most valuable, treasured thing I can remember a little child that I do not know ever saying to me. She looked into my eyes and she said, I know, but I can tell that you're nice. Now that made my heart swell up. It made me feel good all over. And it made me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside because she is very, very right. I wouldn't hurt a child, but I would hurt someone who would. But in that same moment, it made me realize how many times has an innocent child looked into the eyes of someone that they thought was nice, but they weren't. The people that can fake that. This child also has an amazing ability that I've never experienced with such a young one. She unflinchingly looks directly into the eyes of the person she is speaking to. Unflinchingly. Pray God keeps that child safe forever. Please. Now, while we were on my porch talking, quite unexpectedly, out of the blue, around the corner up there, came the fire truck with the red lights. And they stopped in front of Lillian's house. I've had that fire truck stop in front of my house 3 times for my husband. I jumped up, literally, and without saying a word to the little girl and her mama, I turned toward Lillian's house, where her adult grandson was standing on the carport, and I began screaming at the top of my lungs, Travis, what's going on? Travis, Travis, what's wrong? Travis. And I looked at the lady and her little girl. I said, I'm so sorry. That's my best friend, my neighbor. I have to go. I have to go. I ran barefooted across the yard, and Travis started coming towards me. And he said, it's Grandma. I think she's having a heart attack. Lillian was laying akimbo on her glider out on the carport. And Travis said, I'm going back to Grandma. I'm like, yes, yes, go back, go back. I came and I got my socks and my shoes. And the little girl and the mommy were still standing here, and I said, I have to go, I have to go. And they said, we understand, we understand. And I ran. Oh. Give me a minute. And I ran. Of course, I've had first responder training because I've worked for the Department of Parks and Tourism for the state of Arkansas for 19 years. And as part of employment with the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism, you have to annually take first responder training as well as CPR training and all of that. So I was running prepared, but the firefighters were already there and tending to my friend. So I stood with Travis and I held on to his arm. And then the ambulance came. And I was able to move close enough to Lillian that she could see me and know that I was there for her. She felt like something was sitting on her chest and her jaw hurt. And for a moment, she couldn't remember her birth date. She was transported to our local hospital, Baptist Health, here in Heber Springs, Arkansas, and then later transferred to another facility about 30 some odd miles away because the staff here could not get her numbers to go down. So Lillian isn't home. Lillian's in the hospital, but I had a text from her this morning, and she will probably get to come home today. And Lillian did not have a heart attack, but they worked with her to keep her from having one. If her grandson had not been there, would I have known? Would I have seen? Or would my friend have died on her carport? People, love your friends and your family and keep an eye on them. Check on them. Please. And please keep praying for Lillian. Because whatever it was, it's not gone. She's just better. Now I love her. And I need her. So thank you to the hundreds, literally hundreds of you who have been praying for Lillian since yesterday. Your prayers are working. But don't stop. Please don't stop. And to the person who said you would light a candle for her at 4:30 yesterday afternoon, Please light another today. And thank you. As they were taking Lillian on the gurney up her driveway to the ambulance, she put her left arm up like this. let me get a little more cheerful. She put her left arm up like this, and she hollered, "I love you." And I hollered, "I love you." She said, "Get to praying." I love you and get to praying. That's Lillian. That's my friend Lillian. I love you. Get to praying. So that's what we did. Okay. I think I got that out. So y'all, if you're new, this is what you're going to get over here pretty much. What's going on with old batshit crazy old lady, Miss Susan Brewer over on Lip Luck No More. Who's she mad at today? Who's she in love with today? Crazy old woman thinks just because she's old, she can get away with saying just about anything she wants to. Well, heck, far yes, I can. Within the guidelines of YouTube, of course. And the aforementioned proper social decorum. Let me tuck my blouse back in. Oh, God, I love that woman. She ain't nothing but a mess. She ain't bigger than a mite. She's littler than I am. She's about this big around. She got an attitude bigger than Mount Everest. She don't take no crap off of nobody. I know, double negative. I did it on purpose. And I could just be blunt and brutally honest with the woman. I can be blunt and brutally honest with the woman about absolutely anything, and it's okay. And the same from her to me, you know, a real friend, a real one. So, I know I'm chain smoking too. I'm going to put it out. Thanks, y'all, for letting me get that out. Boy, I needed that. I did. I needed to bawl. I hadn't bawled like that over Lillian and I mean, I cried over her, but I didn't cry like that. And I needed it. And I know there's a bunch of you who would say, well, this is not appropriate for YouTube. Darlings, it's called YouTube for a reason, so that you can have a channel to talk about what you want to talk about. And that's what this channel is. My mailman, Jeremy, he didn't stop. That means all them bills he took out of my post office box, not my post office box, I ain't got one of them. I sent out all the bills day before yesterday. Was it? No. Yeah, Monday. Is it Wednesday? Y'all, I got a dental appointment to get my teeth cleaned at 1 o'clock. So I need to get around. I hadn't swept the kitchen or mopped the kitchen yet. But I wanted to get on here early and get our new subs welcomed in, and welcome to the new member, baby. I think it was Linda. Honey, I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. I'm old. I forget stuff.
And here's why, y'all. Now, y'all are all younger than me. If you don't know, I'm 73. So let's get that straight. And I earned every wrinkle and gray hair I got, and I don't use any filters. I look the way I look on any given day, and that's just how it is. Okay. Uh, but yeah, I do. I say just about anything I want to because I can. Uh, when I was talking about them a while ago, this wanting to know, well, how come you don't call out that one? You don't call out this one and the other one. The first thing that came to my mind is something my mama used to say. I never heard the F word ever once come out of my mother's mouth. And if my mother ever heard me have the F word like I do nowadays come out of my mouth, I can guarantee you my head would have been bent over the kitchen sink and a bar of soap shoved in my mouth by my mama. However, here is something she would say when somebody thought they were something. Because I don't think I'm something. I just think I'm me. That's it. When you come over here, you just get me. That's what you get. And you either like me or you don't, or you're indifferent. And it is what it is. I can't fix it. I can't change it. I can just hope for the best. All right. But here's what my mama used to say to people that thought they were something. Sis on yourself, Mr. Pister. You ain't so muck and fudge. How you like me now? I'm going to say it one more time because you have to get it in your head. Because I'm giving y'all permission to use my mama's words. So I'm going to say it one more time because it's a tongue twister. And if you don't get it right, okay, here we go. Sis on yourself, Mr. Pister. You ain't so muck and fudge. My, you quiero. Guys, I ain't got nothing else. And I've actually kept it under an hour. So now that I think I've said whatever it was I come up on here to say, let me put this stinking cigarette out. Let's go in the house and sit down at the kitchen table. We'll call us a cult evaders short meeting to order. And I'll look at your chat just for a little bit. Then I'll sing you out, and then we'll go on with our days. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. As the stomach churns with all our children during the secret storm, following the guiding light to General Hospital, where the young and the restless, as well as the bold and the beautiful, my coffee got cold. And some of you, if you're the new kids in here, you might go, "What she mean she's gonna sing us out? What she mean by that?" Hi, Sandy Gant. Good old soap opera days.
Good old soap opera days. Well, what she mean she's going to sing us out? Well, I spent the majority of my adult life singing for my supper, and now I'm an old retired woman. And I don't get to sing for nobody but my audience on Lip Lock No More and my other channel that's called Furry Feline Monsters of Mass Destruction. So I sing to yous for because I can, I want to, and yeah, that. Let me throw this away and grab me a soda pop. And Willow, don't you, Willow? Hi, Slim Hauser. Let me get me a soda pop. No, let me get my bottle of water. Let me get me a bottle of water. Willow, will you stop it? Okay, now. We are not a cult. We pretend to be a cult. Because in reality, all joking aside, the easiest way to define a cult and for you to ascertain if you are in a cult is the following. And it makes an acronym BITE, bite. BITE. Okay? Now this part is for real, but after this, I'm going to call our non-cult to a meeting so I can look at your chat. B, behavior control. I, information control. T, thought control. E, emotional control. If your behavior, your information, your thoughts, and your emotions in any way are being controlled by another person or group of humans, you, my darlings, are in a cult. On YouTube, there are several that I myself have observed. One cult on this platform or on this app goes by the name of Jody Sue Brown. Another cult goes by the name of Prayer Garden of America. This non-cult goes by the name of cult-evaders, cultivators. So now for that, I will be calling the meeting to order. If you are wearing earbuds, headphones, or anything like that, or you have your volume turned up real loud, if I were you, I would turn it down right now. Because here we go, and it's going to happen 3 times. Why 3? I like the number 3. You don't clang until I clang you. Today, we are using a stainless steel pan pot that the handle has broken off of. You don't have to have one of these to be in the non-cultivators cult thing. This is a table ladle, not to be confused with a serving ladle. Ready? This is not a cult, and I am not your leader. We usually don't wear a bra, but you can wear a bra. Or if you want to, and you can whack it on your fanny, or you can wear it as this, like you're Heidi in an opera. Hildegard, not Heidi, Hildegard. Okay, meeting's in order. Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have my vape pen. I can't read your chat without my vape pen. You sit right there and I'll be right back. I got two just in case. Two in one. Okay. Vicky, honey, I called you Linda. Yes, B-I-T-E. And Vicky, honey, for reals. Hi, Jim 420. When I was saying what I was saying about the bite model, it's a real thing. Stephen Hassan is the author of a number of books. Stephen Hassan was trapped in a cult called the Moonies for a number of years. And after his escape from the cult, he developed the bite model to help folks that are in a cult or think they're in a cult or could be in a cult or whatever, and they want out, to help them ascertain if they actually are. And I was, for 8 years, I was a Jehovah's Witness, and I escaped that cult July the 1st of 2020. And it was after I answered all of the questions on the bite model. And after answering all of those questions and all but two, the answer was yes. And the two that I answered no to, trigger warning. The two questions on the bite model that I answered no to were, had I ever been raped or forcibly, by the members of the organization, and I had not. At least not in that way. So, hi Fred, what do you need? I saw I need. Come back. I need help. My spoon has ran out of gas digging under the... Hey, Fred, can I post a picture of you and Ziggy in Mexico? I have a picture. Hi, Blue Eyes. Wolfie had to put on a bra when the furnace man came. I can, Fred. I'm going to put it on my community tab. The whole world is going to see where you two kids have escaped to. But Fred's given me permission. So, and I have witnesses in my chat. So I don't guess it'll be any surprise to anybody. Fred Hill and I have been communicating behind the scenes for quite some time. Fred Hill is my friend. And everyone, including Fred himself, and my husband and me, the three most important people in our relationship, we're all fully aware that Fred is a person of interest. So is Jody Sue Brown. But people watch and have befriended her and her little cult. She's a person of interest. Andy Bernard is a person of interest, but he has YouTube friends. Don Wells is a person of interest, and he has YouTube friends. Candace Bly is a person of interest, and she has YouTube friends. Fred Hill has been clean for 14 months. And here's what I think. I think there's a lot of you people down on Ben Hill Road that are a little bit afraid of a guy that's got his head straight, can think clearly, is no longer clouded by the use of illicit substances. He got his shit together, folks. He got his shoulders squared off. And he is my friend. And we communicate almost daily, and often more than once. And if Fred Hill ever makes his way to Heber Springs, Arkansas, there's a guest room with a bed in it for him. And if he comes with his beautiful wife, Adrian, well, we'll have to blow up the mattress because the bed is twin size. Although they haven't had a honeymoon yet. Maybe I just get them a room. So Fred, yeah, I'm going to post the picture. Hi, Angie's Life. Fred, baby, I know that. I know that. I honestly believe that Fred Hill would give his life to bring justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells, missing from 110 Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community near Rogersville, Tennessee, since the 15th of June of 2021 at the age of 5. Blonde hair, blue eyes. No officially reported birthmarks or scars. Reportedly, last seen wearing a pink shirt, gray pants, most likely barefooted. Her Amber Alert is and will remain active until she is rescued or recovered. And I have faith in Fred Hill to help that happen. Period. And you don't have to love Fred Hill to be in my chat. But you will not come at him sideways here. You can ask him questions, and if he's willing to answer them, that's fine. But other than that, if you can't show him respect, then keep your fucking mouth shut on this chat, or keep your hands off the keyboard. Now, do I want sativa or indica? And do I want 94.30% THC or 88.10%? Okay, Kiki. Hey, flock of seagulls. I asked you the other day if you remembered the band with your username. Indica, please. Okay. And then, darling, I didn't pay attention long enough to see your response. I'm really bad about that. And you do? You remember the band? And the hair? His hair was, I can't remember what the song was. They had, I guess they were kind of a one-hit wonder. I think they had, thank you, Vicki. Thank you. I think they were what we would call a one-hit wonder. I only remember them having like the one MTV music video or whatever. So, yes. And I ran. Hi, Mohawk Mom. I ran so far away. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't get away. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, Carrie. I ran so far away. It's kind of hard to, the hair too, I know any live. Let me mute and cough. I got a mute and cough. Mute and cough. And set it down because this is some powerful stuff. And anyone who's new, it is legal. I get it at the dispensary. I have remitting relapsing multiple sclerosis, and I also have PTSD from having been held hostage for over 8 hours a number of years ago, like over 50. Anyway, so I have a legal prescription here in the state of Arkansas for THC-based products that assist me with appetite because I don't have one. It helps me sleep at night because it keeps me from having the nightmares associated with the PTSD. And it basically keeps me from being in pain a lot. So, Wolfie, honey, I don't know where you live and you would want to research the laws within your own state. Here in Arkansas, THC-based products are not legal recreationally. I literally had to go to a real physician. There were many forms to fill out. I was in consultation with the physician for over an hour. After that, and while we were in consultation, he was going over the forms I had filled out. The assessment forms, along with the consultation, substantiated for the physician that I qualify under Arkansas state law to have what's called it's a marijuana card. And I'm not going to show it to you because it, of course, has all of my personal information on it. But it looks just like my driver's license, except other than, but it's not it looks just like a driver's license, except it is specifically designed so that at the dispensary, you show the card and that's how they know, and then they check it in the computer and then you're good to go. So in California, you can have a pot store on all sides of town. Of course, I'm so old that I remember the days of Humboldt County, California. Yeah, honey, and it has to be a real doctor, Slim. Let's see. Yeah, I go to a real physician in Florida. No doctor, agree, leave. Yeah, no, yeah, babies, now it's your business what you do. And none of mine. I'm just giving you some practical advice. If you are one that can qualify legally, don't go to some quack. Go to a real physician for a real assessment. Okay. I know, I get so bossy. That's another thing us great grandmas can do. I have a lot of practice being bossy. I got 3 sons. I got 9 grandkids. And I got 4 great grandkids. Now that's a lot of bossing around. So it just comes to me natural. Yeah, Slim. Yeah, baby. Oh, Sandy, Humboldt County was the best. Oh, Vicki. Yes, I do know how good it feels when you go to church, especially if you get a good preaching. Or, you know, if you're of a more, let's see, how would I put it, where the ceremonies or the worship is more refined, if you will, let me use that word, please. More, what's the word I want? You know, like if you attend Mass, rather than going to a preaching, like some of us do, okay? That feeling that we get, Vicky's talking about in chat, the feeling you get when you go to church. You want to feel good, don't you? You don't want to walk out of the church house or the synagogue or the temple or the mosque or the brush arbor. You don't want to walk out of there feeling bad. You want to walk out of there feeling refreshed and hope maybe that you learned something you didn't know before, met somebody you hadn't met before, that kind of thing. So, babies, we've been on here almost an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm sure I'm about to run out of battery. And so, I need to think of a song. And I want to say that if I've missed you in chat, I'm sorry. I'm a blind old bat. and it's hard for me to see the chat and the names that I will call out regularly when I'm tilting my head back like this so I can see through these bifocals. It's because I'm used to seeing them. And so I can see like just a few blurry letters, and I'm like, I know that's Sandy Gant, and I know that's Carrie Bishop, and I know that's Mohawk Mom, and that's Wolfie, and that's Kiki Eyes, and that's Angie's Life, and that's Sonia, and that's Vicky, and that's okay. So I'm not leaving you out on purpose at all. So cut me some slack on that, if you will, and I'll do my best to catch you the next time. So we need a song, and I have to think of one. Okay, I sing what pops into my head, and as always, I can hear the band, but you can't, because they're not here anymore. So I've done this one on here before. So everybody's talking at me. I can't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring, and I can't see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes. I'm banking off of a northeast wind. I'm sailing on a summer's breeze. I'm skipping over the ocean like a stone. Wah, 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 oh, I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, and I'm banking off of a northeast wind. I'm sailing on a summer's breeze, and I'm skipping over the ocean like a stone. I love you guys, and I'll see you the next time. You keep being kind to one another. Always remembering it's not going to hurt you any. It's not going to cost you one thin dime. And it's going to come flooding back on you like a hurricane Debbie, like a blessing and good karma. That kindness is when you are needing it the most, yet you're expecting it the least. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because I got dishes to wash and wrench and a dental appointment to go to. Now, get on down. You need to get on down the road. Why don't you just get on down the road while I try to get out alive? I'm trying to tap that button. You better just get on down the road. Oh,